Welcome, my beloved. We gather here today. We want to introduce you to a new way of reaching out to our community in prayer and intercession. There's an old proverb that says it's better to go to a neighbor who is near than a brother that is far away. We want to bring the neighborhoods together with a prayer mailbox, a place where the community can come and safely put in their prayer requests. So we want to introduce you to 3 different price points. This one is a recycled way of doing things. We know that in these times of financial uncertainties, not a lot of people have money to spend on this. This is a simple way to recycle something from your house and use it as a prayer mailbox. This is the one we're going to show you how to build today. That costs right around $25 to build, and it will last quite a long time. I want to emphasize on using a USPS mailbox that we need to alter its looks a little bit. This one has been designed to be the Flying Ace. Snoopy stole it from the Red Baron, but we want to make it look a little different. So let's get started by building our wooden prayer mailbox that is going to sit out on a pole in your yard, just like this. We're going to take a simple 1x10 and we're going to use a piece of 1/2 inch conduit. We will have the screw-on feet that will attach to the mailbox, a simple little handle for the lid, and a couple hinges to open it. Are we ready? Here we are. We have our pieces cut and ready to go. We want to glue the edges if you have the capability to either a caulk or a wood glue or something, just to seal it so the water does not penetrate and get your paper wet. I am going to go ahead and choose to use number 6 nail. You can screw it, but with this wood here, I would probably recommend pre-drilling it first so the screws don't split the wood. Okay, again, a small fine bead all the way around. Want to make sure that your box is square. If it's not square, obviously it won't line up on your base. So we'll put your base on there, make sure all the sides are flush and even, just like that, and then we'll go around and nail it again. I do 1 nail on each side to start it, make sure that it doesn't slip. Here's an example of the first box we did. We mounted the hinges to the inside, which makes a nice little slope for the water to run off, but it also leaves a little gap for bees or something to come inside and make your nest. So we would recommend the hinges be screwed to the outside here, so you don't have the little gap here. All right. So we have our box made. Again, make sure you wipe off any of the drips that we got. We're going to place it on the lid so that you got approximately 3/4 of an inch all the way around. That will be your drip edge so the water doesn't run in. Then we're going to mount these right here on the outside, just like that. And we'll screw into the side and into the bottom. Now it'll be time to put on the handle. We'll have to drill the pilot hole for the screw. Any handle will do. There we go. Now, you just want to make sure that this is on and fits, that you have your pilot hole, that it's going to work. But before you paint it, I would recommend just taking the handle back off. You just want to make sure that it functions properly. And then if you have any burrs or debris, you could always sand it just a little bit, get it cleaned up. But that would be the functioning box. We want to make sure that we find center for our flange. So I have marked center. We'll line it up in our hole. Again, I am using oversized screws. You don't have to use 1.5 inches. You can use 3/4 inch, but in this case, I want the bottom to be good and sturdy for our pole that's going to go in. He's Misty Edwards.
So today we're going to be painting our prayer mailbox. We're going to use some white paint. And I'm just going to dip it in here. And do a little coat of paint, spraying it across. And also, remember to put down some newspaper under the mailbox so that if paint drips off, it wouldn't make a really big mess. And sometimes you will find little streaks of paint running down the sides or something in the front. And you want to make sure to catch those and spread them out and spread the paint out evenly. And so now we're just going to paint all white. Now we're done with our first coat of paint. We're going to wash the paintbrush in warm soapy water and wait for the paint to dry. When it is done, we're going to put on our second coat of paint. I'm going to hit it with a hammer, but I don't want to damage the thread, so I'm going to put a piece of wood on top. Okay, give me a hammer. Are you kidding me? Give me a hammer. Praise God, this is a hammer. But give me the biggest hammer. I don't think I can use this hammer. I'm pretty good at hammering with this hammer. This is deep enough for me to reach my neighbor's prayer requests now.